or he will be solo commanding the Michigan Smash 4 scene, I guess. To a certain extent, we have a lot of other TOs joining him for this unification circuit, but he is certainly at the top.
I'm curious to see, K7 and Stewie actually used to run a fair number of events. I'm curious to see if they might get back into the TOing game now that Vaseth is leaving the picture.
You know, with free game like it is right now, there's a very good chance we might see a few new TOs pop up. But we'll see, man. We'll see how tight-knit it is. And you can always see a new event show up, like Amiibo King starting his thing and K7 doing Showdown. So that, there's always a chance and opportunity for TOs to get into something like that. And that's fair. That's fair game for anybody, really. There's no way to control that. But what a hype match we got coming up for you guys right now. We've got Michigan's own Ozone going up against the invader Abadango and Ozone. I expect big things from Ozone.
Oh yeah, he's definitely one of the breakout performances of this season. He has 2 wins on JJ Rocket, almost beat not almost beat, but took a solid game and kept a very competitive set with Ally at Midwest Mayhem 7, I believe it was.
Yes.
And then
placed 33rd at Frostbite, making it top 48. Did get knocked out into loses by Richbound, but still a very impressive run. I mean, Frostbite was just so stacked.
Oh yeah, that tournament was insane.
Major stacked, and I say major as I literally mean major stacked. So definitely very impressive, and he's certainly on that PR path right now. Yeah.
He's also got a low 1 win this season, a nom win. So he's definitely making the PR, especially if we have top 15.
He's got the wins for sure, and like I said before, he had to face Rich Brown at Frostbite, so he certainly has that high-level Mewtwo experience to work off of here. So, but he'll get an even greater test in Abadango. What'll
be interesting to see is how much Abadango knows the matchup. Since Japan actually has a fair number of relevant Duck Hunts, he's probably a lot more likely to know a lot of Duck Hunt's little tricks.
That's a good observation, and you're 100% true. We have seen quite a few Duck Hunts, especially at Genesis, so it'll be interesting to see how he plays the match. He's playing it really well, just keeping up this non-stop pressure, kind of breaking Ozone's zone, if you will. Pun intended. And, okay, Ozone going to get him off stage, though. Try to get that throw into can, try to push the can, but that's one of the tools that Mewtwo has for this matchup that really kind of helps him out is the confusion right there. You see it again, just knocks away that can. All right, Abba looking for his opening, gets a dash attack. And a back air gonna steal it. That is a thick tail, and that is a strong tail.
A little earlier than I expected, but
Yep, getting the meaty part of it too. The right hitbox to send him out to his death, and now Abadango not letting up at all.
Yeah, I can tell he definitely is knows how to deal with Duck Hunt's options. He's not falling for certain things that a lot of people do. He's not letting the clay pigeon just bounce off his shield and then jumping up, because a lot of people will jump into it after it bounces off their shield and then get hit by it anyways. He's respecting it.
Yeah, he stays right out of Ozone's distance where he can still throw projectiles, but Ozone really can't attack other than a projectile. So you see him spacing perfectly to the point where he can just kind of whip his tail out and nab Ozone. Stays right in that zone.
I also feel like Mewtwo's down tilt is probably pretty good for dealing with the can, since it goes out so far and has a bit of a disjoint on it. Like a can on the ground, he actually has an option to deal with that. A lot of characters don't have that kind of option.
Right, he can just smack it back whenever he wants. That range for Abadango definitely coming into play, but that's a very powerful jab, and got interesting hitbox right there.
Little thing I've noticed with Fox's Shine and then some other reflectors as well is that they generally they hit the can right back at Duck Hunt. They don't even send it back where it was going on its arc. It sends it straight at Duck Hunt, which makes it very hard for him to deal with.
Yeah, definitely a good part of the matchup to know is how to use those projectiles against him. That's kind of a key aspect of the matchup for sure. He seems kind of dancing around Ozone right there, getting the tilt. Oh, and the Shadow Ball meets him.
Rage Shadow Ball is crazy strong. Fully charged Shadow Ball does 23, 24%, I think.
Yeah, and it was a very good crossover right there. Baiting back with the Shadow Ball, catching him in a little bit of lag, so good on Abadango, taking game number 1 pretty convincingly.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how Ozone's going to adapt. I think he needs to figure out a little more, try and be a little more creative with certain ways that he's using his projectiles, because Abadango definitely knows the standard setups.
He really needs to get out of this pressure zone that Abadango is building, right? So we'll see if he can create some space, but Abadango has been relentless, so. And right there, a little overextension trying to get in, just takes the tail and starts his combo, man. That tail is Mewtwo's biggest asset, I'll tell you. Definitely is the kind of the start to everything.
Mewtwo being so fast, he just is not having any time at all to set up any sort of Duck Hunt wall.
Yeah, Abadango Abadango definitely oppressing Ozone a little bit. Wow, catches the roll with a dare. What a read from Abadango.
This is looking very dominant.
Only 6% so far tech on Abadango. We're not even a minute in. Oh my goodness!
And catches the roll with the Shadow Ball. It's such a good option coverage.
Just anticipating every, yeah, just limiting so many options and narrowing it down, and now Ozone can't seem to catch a break. And that is not even a minute in, and he's lost his stock already. And Abadango not letting up the pressure at all. Tries to shield.
Oh, he was looking for a down air. He wanted Ozone to air dodge.
Trying to style on this man right now. See, there's that tail just knocking that can right into him. Cannot save him from the down tilts. All right. Ozone finally kind of putting on a little chase down pressure, but how long is it going to last?
I almost think Ozone should have gone Corrin. I don't know if he still works on his Corrin too much, but this seems like a very challenging matchup for Duck Hunt.
Right. Well, he certainly was hoping to make some adjustments, but it certainly looks like Abadango is on top of that. Yes, he knows he's just going to try to run him and fake him out, but he just reverse teleport and ended the fair.
That's the problem. Duck Hunt's approach game is so weak, relatively speaking, that when you have an opponent who won't let you make your zone, it just leaves you in a real dire spot.
Yeah. He's really reading a lot of his defensive options. He's caught onto his habits. It's he knows when Ozone's going to roll. He knows when he's going to shield. He's definitely adapted to his game, and Ozone has not made the necessary adaptations himself.
I'm not even sure if he teched that.
Footstool, though? Oh, my.
He was dead after the footstool. Duck Hunt's up B isn't that good.
Abadango shows no mercy. No mercy at all.
Care.
No. You're not going to have a chance. I don't even care.